Long ago, in a distant land, there was a kid that sat down every Friday to watch Samurai Jack. Is this really happening? Was I able to just sit down and watch a new episode of Samurai Jack? It's been over a decade. I feel like I'm reliving my childhood. I know many might not care, but being able to just watch a new episode of this show really takes me back. It really does. I remember staying up every Friday to catch a new episode of Samurai Jack on Cartoon Network. I remember doing that. I remember that was the first thing I would think of when I got off of school back a long time ago. I'm like, I can't wait for the new episode of Samurai Jack to come out. And I was so hyped and excited as a kid, always jumping for joy, getting my snacks and stuff together. And I feel like I'm reliving that time once again. That time when I could sit down and watch it. This is really emotional for me, guys, because straight up, I feel like I'm in my childhood. Like, I'm reliving my childhood, just seeing Samurai Jack with a new episode, of all things. I've known and been aware it's coming back, but it really hits you when you just see new content after such a long time. And this episode, this premiere of Samurai Jack that just came out tonight, actually, like, it was so good. It was so good. It was so fucking good. And it added so many new layers to Jack's character and just what I wanted from the series. And being someone that has grown up, it's been way over a decade since the show had a new episode. Seeing how the show has mature themes now, these very mature themes. Like, it was already mature to begin with, but seeing how it's adding these things in for us older fans, like the fans that have been with the series for so long, and then we've waited so long for new content, after all these years of waiting, it's like the series upgraded to more of an adultish type show, especially with what we saw with this episode. And I'm like, it's like they're trying to do a nod to the fans. They're like, here you go, you waited so long, here you go. It's not just you that has grown, this show has grown alongside of you. And I just love the presentation of that. Jack, 50 years have passed. We have it to where he's no longer aging. It's because of the effects of the time travel, and he's just lost his will to do anything. You just see how he displays himself throughout the episode. These themes of PTSD, when he's just constantly seeing flashes of people that have died to his family and all that, people he needs to save. The quest he set out to do in the first place, and he hasn't accomplished it yet. Everybody's just questioning him, like, why haven't you done it? Why? Have you forgotten what you need to do? And Jack is just arguing with these people, which they're not really there. We see an example of this from one of the assassins in this episode. We see the man that Jack fights. He's like, holy crap, that samurai is loco. He's crazy. And I'm like, yo, that is so fucking amazing. Just adding that layer to Jack's character, where he's kind of crazy because it's been so long. It just drove him insane. He's lost his sword. He no longer has really a big will to fight anymore because he doesn't know what to do, and he can't age either. So it's just like, what am I going to do? I'm trapped in this twisted world with Aku. I'm like, yo, oh my god. Like, it is just, as you can see, This makes me so emotional to see this series once again. Just to be able to see this series, the OST, to just new animation to Jack and all that. Just, it's glorious. It's fucking glorious. In the first episode alone, you can easily see that all of the art style and everything is very similar to what it was in the past. But besides that, there is improvements. You see a lot of improvements with the animation, to the way the imagery is done, to just the way the action scenes are done. It looks so much better than it did in the past, which obviously after many years, obviously there's going to be improvements in that department. But just to see it firsthand, see a show that has been gone for over a decade finally back in the spotlight, and seeing all these improvements, it's just like the show has grown. It is so much better than what it ever could have been in the past. And I'm like, my god. And it's also on Adult Swim, so it's going to be for mature audiences. And I'm like, they knew what they were doing when they announced this and they brought it back. They knew that they weren't trying to target newer fans of the series. I mean, they are kind of, because they'll get other fans to start the series. But when they made this and they came up with the idea of continuing Samurai Jack, they carried on after the events of the last episode we got over a decade ago. And when you see how they're taking that nod and making it mature, because if you think about it, a long time ago, we were all kids. We were all like 7, 6, maybe 10. We were in the range of being very young. And after so many years since it last aired, obviously everyone that watched Samurai Jack at the time, they're going to be adults. They're going to be someone over 18 now. And so seeing something like this, having these mature themes, it's just like they're really trying to show that they care about the original fan base of Samurai Jack. And it's just shit like that that makes me just so happy just to see it back. Because this isn't trying to reboot the series. This isn't trying to make it kiddish or make it worse than it was in the past. They're making it better. They're going in so far just to get that original fan base back. And all I could say right now is the entire team that worked on Samurai Jack, this new episode, this new season, I commend you. For me to be able to feel nostalgia, to feel like how I feel right now, honestly, it takes so much for me to feel like I feel right now. And I want to commend the entire team that has come together just to make this. Voice actors, the production team, the director, everyone, Adult Swim, everyone that has put this into motion. I just want to say I thank all of you. This is just amazing work. In this episode, the way you kept some of the comedy to just the life of the series, stuff that made me really enjoy it when I was a kid, I really like that. And, Jack is back. It's back. It's back. The last thing I want to say about this, though, is that right now my expectations for this series are pretty high, because of the adultish themes, too. I just really want to emphasize how much I love Jack seeming crazy, like he's seeing people from the past and all that has died. I just love the way that was displayed, showing how it's bugging him constantly. He sees these things all the time, and it's constantly with him. I love the way that was used and displayed throughout the episode. It really, like I already said, it adds that layer to Jack's character that's just going to make him so much better now. Him overcoming that and facing that head on, these psychological themes, it's something I just cannot believe that of all shows Samurai Jack has. So, I just can't wait. I just can't fucking wait to see how all this is used and where Jack's character goes and all that. If he'll get back his sword and everything. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm really excited. So yeah, you can definitely expect more videos on Samurai Jack. Just my overall impressions of this is very positive. And I just love how there was that elements behind the scenes while Jack was doing his thing. We see these girls that were born and raised just to kill, Jack. And they were just warped and twisted to be warriors and fight him. I just love that. I fucking love that. The way that was shown. I'm like, yo, it's so good. It's so good. So, next week, yes, I'm going to start talking about this series. Like I said, it's my childhood. I have to talk about Samurai Jack. Seriously. I just can't believe I'm able to make a video in 2017. Okay. So, thank you. I don't know if many of you are still watching this video to this point, but if you're like me, and you watched the show when you were a kid, and you're just seeing this now, you most likely know how I'm feeling. You feel like a kid again. You feel like you're reliving your childhood. So, tell me your thoughts. how'd you feel about this, first episode of the new season? How do you feel about Jack being back? How do you feel about the voice acting to the animation, the art, and all of what we saw in this episode? The music, too. Oh my god, the original opening song being used at the end. Like, oh my god. Oh. Just tell me your thoughts. How did you feel? So, you all have a wonderful, wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.